Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, once again here to Virtual Racing Network. As our late night broadcast here, we are with the Northwest Truck Series here, or Xfinity Series, sorry, here at Daytona International Speedway, the Truck Series. We're just talking about them. They are actually off this Wednesday, so we will not be racing on Halloween. So we will get a day of rest there. If you're just now tuning in, hopefully you've been waiting in the lobby getting ready, but this is the Walls Beard Co. 150 here at Daytona International Speedway. We have 60 laps on the books. We'll see how tonight's racing goes. Will we see cautions? Will this race go caution-free? That is all stuff we have to look for. It is Daytona. We'll probably see the big one here tonight. A little bit lower car count, 14 drivers, but again, it is Daytona. People don't think they need the practice. Some of them don't. Some of them are just that good. So we'll be looking to see if late-night drivers come in. And, of course, it is coming up on Halloween, so there very well could be fewer cars here because of people getting ready for the upcoming holiday. That being said, we want to get into the sponsors here for tonight's race. Of course, that's ourselves here at VRN coming on board this season to sponsor this series. We also sponsor a few races throughout the season. We're definitely glad to be here. And of course, the presenting sponsor here for tonight's race, and also on the broadcast side of things, that is Walls Beard Co. Beard Balm. If you have a beard, you need to take care of it. There's no better way to do so than with some Walls Beard Co. Beard Balm. Check them out at wallsbeardco.com. All natural and organic materials, so make sure you check them out and pick some of that product up today. On the broadcast side of things, we also have simspeedshop.com, your one-stop shop for button boxes and e-brakes for you rallycross racers. So definitely check them out. Again, at simspeedshop.com, a must for all iRacers here on iRacing. Northwest Racing Series, well, we're broadcasting them here tonight on Monday night. We make sure you check them out, of course, on Wednesday night when they are racing as well. Both races, we go live at 10:30 p.m. Central Time. They are also the one-to-go sponsor here for tonight's race. Again, make sure you tune in each Monday and Wednesday night to catch all the racing action here on VRN. And, of course, Ohio IndyCar League. If you're looking to get into some IndyCar racing on iRacing, there is no better place than Ohio IndyCar League. They are no longer just taking Ohio club members, so make sure you check them out today. Also, head on over to Facebook with facebook.com/Ohio IndyCar League to get all the latest information. And, of course, last but not least, that is iBog, iRacing Broadcast Overlay Graphics, your sim race broadcast graphic source. We personally use them, and you should too if you're looking to get into broadcasting or just need some overlays for streaming. Make sure you check them out at ibog.co. We want to thank everybody for tuning in here tonight. I know it is late, but we definitely appreciate everybody that does tune in with us here on these late night broadcasts as we hang in here the best we can. Hopefully we will make it through the night. I have a feeling we will. We have definitely had a little power nap earlier in the day to make it through this race. We'll see, though. Will we have a few cautions? Will we go caution-free? Will we see the big one? That is all to be determined as we'll go ahead and pull up your pre-race analyst here. A very cold night here, 78 degrees. Again, that's not too terribly cold, I guess, but it is a night race, so it is a little bit chillier. So we'll see. That should amount to some good grip. We may see some three-wide racing here tonight. We'll definitely be looking to see if we go three wide, how much we go three wide, and if we do, will it cause a caution at all? That's all the kind of stuff we will be looking for here tonight. That being said, of course, we have 60 laps, 150 miles. We do not have a tire or fuel window yet. We will be looking to get that from a driver here shortly, as well as pit road speed going to be 55 miles an hour. These guys are going to be going down from upwards of 204 miles per hour to 55 to get on pit road, assuming we do it under green flag conditions. connections. So a lot on the line here. You could easily make a mistake on pit road and it cost you the race, especially if you're up front. So you're going to have to be paying attention for that. Also, you got to make sure you don't check up too soon and get run over by a car behind you. So a lot of stuff can go wrong on pit road, and it looks like they're coming off pit road here. So we'll take a minute and see if we can't get a quick driver interview here and see if we can't get some laps here for fuel and tires. Tires really aren't going to be a factor, so we're really only concerned with fuel. So give us just a minute. We'll see who we can pull up here. Also, let us know in chat who your favorite driver is here for tonight's race, and we very well may pull them up to the booth and have a chat with them as well. So again, give us just one moment and we'll pull a driver up here. Alright, we're trying to find a driver that is not on the track that we're able to talk to. So far, have not been able to get a line of communication established with a driver here. So we are going to see if we can't do so here. But so far, not being able to establish that connection. So give us just a minute here. As we will try next here. I don't see the next person in there. So let's see. He's in the silent room, not wanting to talk here. Why not? Let's get Chris White up here, as he is currently 5th fastest. Let's pull him up here real quick. Chris White, you got a copy?
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, we tried AJ. We couldn't get him. Jason Berg's on the track right now, and we've talked to Jeff quite a bit sometimes, so we want to get someone in here that's in the top 5 that we don't normally talk to, even though we kind of talk to you quite a bit. But we want to get your thoughts coming into tonight's race. We know this track's a little bit skill, a little bit luck. So which do you think is going to be the key here tonight? Is it going to get being lucky, or just making sure you stay out of trouble and trying to avoid those wrecks?
Yeah, Charles, I think luck is what you need here at Daytona. Daytona's a crapshoot, just like Talladega. Super speedway racing. It's bumper to bumper, 200 mile an hour plus, and this high speed action. And it takes a lot. It takes a lot of patience. You just have to be aware of your surroundings before juggling around and making moves. You might see the low line, the high line. You might see side by side, 3 wide. You're going to see it all here at Daytona.
You definitely are. And it looks like we're getting another driver in here. So one more question here, at least for the moment anyway. We might think of another one. But coming into tonight, we know tires are not really going to be that big of a deal, especially with it being a night race. But have you had a chance to get a fuel run in to see just how many laps you're going to get here on fuel?
No, not quite. Just turned some laps for practice just to get a basic feel of the car. The setup seems to be pretty solid. We'll see how it goes. Again, just going to be patient, try to hit our mark, stay out of trouble, and hope we end up being the lucky ones in the end.
Well, definitely, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good, especially at a track like Daytona. So we'll see if Lady Luck is on your side here tonight. Of course, we know you got some sponsors, and shout-outs to who would those be for just getting you here tonight.
Yeah, I got myself with SimStar Motorsports, our 35 Chevy Camaro this week, sporting a pretty pretty nifty Halloween paint scheme. So happy Halloween, everybody out there this week. Be safe. Again, Breast Cancer Awareness Month is coming to an end, but let's not forget it's a fight that we need to support. And good luck to all those in the fight, and keep fighting. Got to thank VRN for the broadcast. Awesome every week, week in, week out. And definitely Walt's Beer Co. for putting on the series, and them guys over there at Wicked Chassis doing a heck of a lot of work to provide these practice sessions and setup sessions and whatnot for everybody. So great overall series to be a part of, and looking forward to this one. Thanks, Charles.
All right, well, there you have it, folks. That was the 35 of Chris White, as we are going to get him back down to the race channel so he can talk to race control, get all the information he needs to before this race starts. We have currently 9 minutes on the clock. We are going to step away here for the last time, and we'll come back in 1 minute. And when we do, we'll go through your official point standings coming into tonight's race. All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to go ahead and pull up your point standings onto the screen, as you see as they are in now. Coming into tonight's race, Brian Barnes is your race leader here with a 20-point gap over Chris White. 304 points to 284 points for Chris White. James Paulson, 280, 24 points out. Mark Walls with 273 points, 31 points out. Jeff Stabnow with 272 points, 32 points out. So a very, very close battle between Mark Walls and Jeff Stabnow for fourth place. Here in the point standings again, this is just a kind of a temporary point standings, you might say. If you have a win, you're locked into the chase as long as you don't miss more than 3 races and you stay in the top 16 in points. So these drivers are trying to do that here, getting the finishes, the best finish they can anyway. Andy Vogt currently in 6th place, 263 points, 41 points out, 43 points out with 261 points is Corey Walters. So Andy Vogt and Corey Walters for 6th place, another really good battle going on there, separated by only 2 points. So another very, very close battle here coming into tonight's race. 8th place currently, Josh Coley, 247 points, 57 points out of the lead. Followed by Sean Breisman in 9th with 243 points, 61 points out. Then you get a little bit of a gap here to 10th place of Jason Berg, 85 points out, 219 points. So a significant drop from 9th to 10th place here in the point standings. Versus 11th through 20th, John Ottenbacher currently 214 points, 90 points out of the lead, 5 points to Jason Berg. 3 points behind him is the 12th place driver of Frank Harris with 211 points, only 3 points behind John Ottenbacher coming into the race tonight. Gary Nichols currently 13th with 172 points, William Fletcher 170, and Stephen Paulson 168. So a very close battle for 13th between Gary Nichols, William Fletcher, and Stephen Paulson. Again, this is just coming into tonight's race. James Thurston, it'll probably be in chat. We'll see if he is here tonight watching, but not going to be racing here tonight. Scott Mann, 17th. With 112 points. Of course, 12 points behind him is Chris Sherburne with 100 points. And then you get into the drivers here that do not have 100 points yet, but borderlining it. Ray Fournier, 97 points, and Brett Johnson also in their 87 points. So two drivers in 19th and 20th, not yet quite to the 100 mark on the points. But don't count them out just yet. We'll let you know here in a minute who all has a win, as we'll pull that, get rid of that for you here off the screen. And there it is. This is your playoff ticker. You see Jeff Stabnow, Jason Berg, Chase drivers. That means they have a win here in this series. And once it rotates there, Chris White, Josh Coley, both are Chase drivers as well. And anytime you see that green bar under their name, there is Mark Walls in the 48. That indicates that they do have a win here in the season. And I'm not sure here why the Mark Walls is being shown as the 48. I do not believe that's his normal number. So unless he changed his number, give us a minute. We're going to see if we can confirm that is not his typical number. So again, give us just a moment, and we are going to try and confirm if that number has been changed or if it is a error on the behalf here. So give us just a moment. All right, we are back, folks, with 2.5 minutes left on the clock, and we are getting reports of somewhere in the vicinity of 23 to 24 laps on fuel. We did just get that radioed in, so we'll say 22 to say 25 laps just to be a safe measure. Obviously, tire's not going to be a factor. And the 48, Mark Walls, was 29, so he did indeed get a number change here. So Mark Walls, formerly the 29, now going to be the 48 here in this series. We'll definitely be watching for that new number, same driver, to be out front as he normally is. But before we do that, we've got to get away to the national anthem, so don't go anywhere. We will be right back with qualifying after your national anthem.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see who's coming out on the track first, and it looks like it is going to be, as we'll get down there to him anyway, having some connection issues here. That is Joseph Bissett. So we'll see if he is going to get those connection issues solved here. But we're going to jump here also to Jason Berg, who is coming out onto the track there, as well as Corey Walters, James Paulson. There's Joseph Bissett. John Ottenbacher having looked like a blink issue there too. Hopefully this race goes without incident. We did have an update here on iRacing Day that took the servers down for quite some time. And we have another one scheduled on Wednesday. Of course, we're not racing, so thank goodness for that, as it would run right into the middle of the race. So we got lucky there, as they are off this week for Halloween. But currently, John Ottenbacher out on the track amongst quite a few other drivers. Nobody has put in times just yet. When they do, we'll pull up your driver bar as well as your top 20 end up qualifying here. But again, nobody has officially put in a lap yet, so there's no need in pulling that up. You will see them run here in a minute. They'll run as close up to that wall as they can on this lap, and then you'll see them go down to the yellow line. That is when they're going to do their fast lap. So these laps are pretty much pointless, really. They're just to get speed. It's all they're intended for, and they will build a lot of speed, as we're doing 170 right now. Let's see, 177, and it looks like we're going to tap out at 178 on the backstretch. Mark Walls having a little blink there. I'm beginning to think there's an issue when you get on the track here. Is having a little connection issue, but it all sorts out here, so it definitely could be because of that update here today. But we're gonna see, as you watch here, the 89 of John Ottenbacher, what he's gonna do when he comes to the line right there. He's gonna take it to the yellow line, as times are starting to come in here. Corey Walters up at the top with a 50.555, right behind him by 0.010. That is Chris Walters with a 50.565. So two Walters here tonight, Corey Walters and Chris Walters. So very interesting there. I'm not sure if those are of any relation to each other, as we'll take a look here and see. I don't see them in the same room, so I'm not sure if there is a relation between those two drivers. But we'll go ahead and put your top 25 qualifying times up on the board here. As you can see, based off car number, it's the 21 of Jason Berg that just took a fast time here, and he is actually driving slow there, so he is not going to complete another lap. 49.954. He will take pole here so far. Jeff Stabnow right behind him with a 50.011. Jeff Stabnow going to put to a stop here. We'll see James Paulson currently 50.036. It looks like he is slowing down off the track. Josh Childress currently with a 50.039 to put himself in 6th place. Chris Walters behind him in 7th with a 50.151. We'll see. Again, you can see who your where race winners are here, the chase drivers, on your ticker right now. So we're just going to pay attention here to Chris Walters to see what's going to happen. It looks like we've lost Dana Rogers here tonight. We'll see if he comes back into the race. But Josh Childress currently 6th place and he's going to bring it down pit road, so he looks to be done here. Mark Walls, 50.923, currently in 9th place on the backstretch here in that new number 48 machine. We'll see if he can put it to the top of the charts here in qualifying, as he is coming out of turn 3 into turn 4, coming into the tri-oval. Can he do it? Corey Walters now to 4th with a blistering fast time. Chris White to 8th with a 50.460. Mark Walls to 2nd now with a 49.974. 0.020 behind Jason Berg here for tonight's race. So far, John Brightsman out on the track, but so far he has not put in a lap, and I'm not sure if that is a correct paint job or not here for the 46. So Sean Brightsman typically he has a paint job on there, but it is not showing here for us. So give us just a minute. We're going to reload our paint here and see if we can't get a correct paint here for him, as I do not believe that is going to be his official paint here for tonight's race. We'll see. We want to thank everybody for tuning in here tonight. Definitely, we know it's late, but we're glad you're here hanging in with us. Sean Brightsman currently 11th with a 50.833. As he will try and get that machine just a little bit faster if he can. And we still are downloading here. We may have that car change here in just a minute. And here he is coming down the backstretch. We'll see what kind of time he will put in. I'm sure it'll be a little bit faster than that 50.8, as he is a very fast driver, so he is not going to settle for that kind of time. Alright, paint is still showing up to date, so I believe he is running just a generic paint job here tonight, as he comes up to the line, and it's going to be a 50.027. Now 028 to put himself in 6th place. Again, a 50.028 will be his official time. Right now, Dale Winterberg has not put in a time. AJ Williamson, William Fletcher, Josh Coley, Dana Rogers, Andy Vogt, Joseph Bissett, and Brian Barnes have not put in times. We'll be looking to see if they put in times here shortly, but Sean Brightsman going to pull it down pit road. So we'll leave your top 20 up there. We are going to step away here, get hydrated, ready for this race, and if we see anyone come out on the track, we will go live back onto the mic. All right, we are back here and got a confirmation on the 46 of Sean Brightsman. He indeed loaded in with the wrong car. That is why his paint job is not loading. It's because it's not there. It is non-existent here for tonight's race. So that would explain why he does not have a paint job. Otherwise, he would be the 46, the Wolves Beardco machine out there. But no paint job for him. 2 seconds left on the clock. We're going to go ahead and switch over to our interval ticker here so you will know just how far everybody is off of each other, as it is time to get down to the Walls Beardco starting grid here in just a few moments. We'll wait for a few of these guys to get on the track, and then we'll go ahead and run through it here for tonight's race. Alright, you can hear those cars revving up here as we are getting ready for the pace. We're going to go ahead and get to your grid. Your Walls Beardco starting grid. Row 1 is going to be full of chase drivers here. The 21 of Jason Berg and the 48 of Mark Walls. Row 2, another chase driver, the 24 of Jeff Stabnow and the 89 of John Ottenbacher. Row 3 is going to be the 58 of Steven Paulson and another chase driver, the 46 of Sean Brightsman, who again forgot his which car to choose here tonight, but we'll see if he can hang into it. Row 4 is going to be the 9 of Corey Walters and the 30 of James Paulson. Row 5 is going to be Josh Childress and the 35 of Chris White. Row 6 is going to be the 36 of Chris Walters and the 4 of Brian Barnes. Row 7 is going to be the 33 of Josh Coley, another one of our chase drivers, and the 27 of AJ Williamson. Row 8 is going to be the 28 of William Fletcher and the 10 of Andy Vogt. Row 9 is going to be the 73 of Dale Winneberg and the 96 of Joseph Bissett. And that will do it here for tonight's grid. We have 18 drivers ready to take to the track. We'll see exactly how they finish as you see them rolling off pit road right now, getting ready to get this thing started. There goes a Fletcher off pit road, Bissett off pit road. You have the, I'm not sure who that is back there, in the 07 getting off pit road as well. Dana Rogers. I must have missed Dana in the pit stops there. Didn't think they were still here, but Dana Rogers is going to be racing here tonight. So we should have 19 drivers. We'll go back there, take a look a little bit later on in this race, but I hope you're ready for some great racing because it is coming your way here very quickly. Again, I expect to see some really good racing here tonight, as there you can see the field is getting set. We have 60 laps on the books here for tonight's race. Alright, thanks everybody again, once again, for tuning in here to VRN. If you like the race throughout this race, hit that thumbs up button. If you're new, hit the subscribe button, as well as the bell to be notified of all upcoming events, as we are just moments away from getting the green flag here for tonight's race. Let's get it going here. There it is. Green flag is in the air. We are racing here at Daytona International Speedway. It is going to be the 48 up here battling, but Jason Berg gets the lead, but they're too wide, too deep, all the way back, and I have a feeling it's going to stay that way for quite a while, as we already have some beating and banging going on here, some weaving back and forth. And look who it is, the 46 of Sean Brightsman, taking it 3 wide early in this race. And I thought maybe he just got shuffled up there, but he's going to keep it up there and take it to the very top. And you right now have two teammates, the 48 and the 46, up on the high side. Row 2 and 3, their teammate down on row 1, as their other teammate, the 89, is sandwiched in between them. And Sean Brightsman has no help up there by himself, so he's going to have to duck back down. But so far, not wanting to do so here, as there he will duck down into 2 rows. And he has, I believe that's the 30 of James Paulson pushing him, so that is good to see that got some people pushing here. You also have the 36 back there of Chris Walters trying to get into this match, and I believe that's Brian Barnes that is also pushing there. And for some reason, Andy Vogt not starting the race here tonight. I am not sure what happened to Andy Vogt. So we'll see if we can get a line in with him and see what happened that he did not start this race. So Andy Vogt not starting the race here. Very interesting there. So here they come out of the turn into the back stretch. And we've got a couple of cars off the pace a little bit. That, of course, is Josh Coley and AJ Williamson. I wouldn't say they're technically off the pace. They are keeping up. They are off the draft, though. This could be a strategy to try to stay out of the big one here. As we'll see, they do have, I believe, 2 fast repairs. But we're probably going to see these guys use those throughout the night here tonight. We'll just see. Will we go caution-free, or will we have the big one here tonight, folks? I know the fans out there sometimes love to see the big one. The drivers not so much. But we'll see. Will we see the big one here tonight? Interesting, you do have the 48, the 89, and the 46. Those are all teammates working together. Their other teammate, the 24, down on the inside. He's pushing the 21 of Jason Berg right now. But right now, coming to the line, it is going to be the 48 of Mark Walls that officially leads that lap. Berg has led 2. Walls has led 1. Andy Vogt, the only driver out of this race thus far, as he is currently now 3 laps down. And the more laps you get put down, the less likely you are going to be able to make those positions up. He could possibly make some positions up if somebody else wrecked out, but to just get your laps back here, especially as clean as these guys are racing, would be rather difficult, as the 46 of Sean Brightsman pushes up just a little bit, and that's going to allow the 31, I believe it is. Make sure we get that right. That's the 37, sorry. The 37 of Josh Childress to get in there and take the position and keep him shoved to that high side, and that is definitely not where he wants to be. But it looks like now we got the 36 coming up as well. He's going to keep him up there, but he may go work with him here a little bit. Both of them in jeopardy of losing the draft if they don't work together. But not so much the 36 of Chris Walters is going to go to the bottom lane and stay there. We'll check in with Brightsman, who is still by himself, but now he's too wide, and he has the 30 pulling up to help him with James Paulson. I also got the 73 of Dell Winterberg sitting up there as well, and the 89. So starting to form that outside line once again, as it has been in and out here as we're on lap 6 of 60. It is now Walls that has led 2, Berg that has led 3. They've been back and forth all night. We'll see this time by, though. It is possibly going to be the 89 of Ottenbacher that may lead this lap. Again, a little bit fewer car count, 18 drivers here that did start the race. Probably a lot of that is due to the holiday coming up, of course, Halloween. A lot of people getting ready for that, having parties here, whatnot. So car count a little bit lower than normal. But you know, just it happens, but we're grateful for all the drivers that are here, and they're putting on a heck of a show for you here tonight so far, as it is going to be Mark Walls with a pretty significant lead at the moment. So we'll see. We still have no line of communication with Andy Vogt. Not sure what happened to him to make him miss the start here. We very well could see him in the booth a little bit later. If he misses too many laps, it would be too hard to come back. So we will possibly see him here in the booth talking with us. As we're going to go back to the front here. Jason Berg gonna slide up, almost gets into the front of the 24. He's going to cut that line off. This is what he needs to do, though. He needs to get up in front of that 24 and the 89, the 20, or 37, the 73. He's up there. Now he's leading the race, and there goes a big wreck. And so far, no caution, though. And are we going to see the caution come out here for the 48? I don't think we are. No caution is out so far. There go some more drivers. Let's go back and take a look at that, even though no caution did come out. And what happened here? Let's go to a different angle here. Watch the 48 and the 21. Both of these guys get tangled together. The 50 up here, 58 battling. And I'm not sure exactly what happened there. Let's go back a little bit more, take a look at that, and see what happened. Because we're going to try to get a good angle here. I'm not sure. I think the 48 may have got a little wiggle from the 58. And, oh, netcode, the 24. Got the rear bumper of the 48, and that was complete netcode there. That was no contact indeed. But netcode getting the 48 there. From the 24, so that is unfortunate as we are back to live, no caution coming out, and that is going to put Mark Walls at now 1 lap down as we go back to the front. Jeff Stabnow, not sure where he is now at the moment. He is back in 10th place, so he got shuffled back during this too, so he has to get back to the front if he wants to possibly get the win here tonight. We are watching this front group here. Ooh, almost contact between the 9 and the 37 of Josh Childress and Corey Walters, but they're keeping it going here. Stephen Paulson is your race leader right now. Because of all that, during the replay, he did lead 2 laps, and now only one teammate remains there from the Wicked Chassis Racing team, and that is the 89 of John Ottenbacher. Obviously the 24 a little bit back with some damage, so interesting to see if he can get back up there. So we're going to go back to our main camera here and see just what is happening up here. So far though, fairly good racing though. That did not bring out a caution because 2 factors really. One, fewer cars here, and once you get spun, if you are out of harm's way, iRacing will not always throw a caution. So it's unfortunate it happens, but it does happen here on iRacing. It's again unfortunate, but just part of it here. While we have just a moment here, let's go to Corey Walters. Actually, no, let's go to Chris White here, who is currently running 4th, 5th place right now. And once they come to the line here, let's go on board with him just for a moment here as we'll go radio silent right now. And let's go on board with him just for a lap, just to let you see around this track. Alright, as we are on board here, still with the 35 of Chris White, and he's going to jump to the high lane, and something happened there. He may got a little wiggle, and there is the caution coming out. So let's go off board with him and go back to our main camera. And it looks like Chris Walters is going to be the caution. Let's go back and take a look. And we were a little bit late there. Let's go back and take one more look at that. And so we're going to go to our replay camera here, see what happened. Again, you're watching the 36, and right there, that was what caused that. So we saw the 35 get a little wiggle, That was when him and the 36 made contact with each other. Let's go back and take another quick look at that and see if we can get a shot of exactly what happened. Not sure if the 36 came down or the 35 came up, but that was when we saw the 35 on board. We were riding on board with him right here, and coming up you'll see that little wiggle as they are on the backstretch. And again, we'll see if we can get a good dissection of this race and what happened. As the 36 came down, that's where we saw the wiggle right there on board, and around goes the 36. Everybody trying to avoid him, and they do a very good job of that. So we will definitely go back to live, and let's see here if we can't possibly get a word in with Chris White, as he does have some damage. The real question is anybody going to come down pit road here? We've had 14 laps on this stint. Will they come down pit road is the question of the night. We'll definitely be waiting to see. Right now, this race is being led by the 37 of Josh Childress. He is your current race leader here for tonight's race. And I'm not sure. No, nobody coming down pit road early in this race. So we'll go ahead and put that back up. You're watching the Walls Beard Co. 150, and let's go here with Chris White, who did come down pit road. So we indeed do have some drivers coming down pit road, but not everybody. And it looks like your front three are the only ones not coming down, and everybody else going to have a very interesting pit stop. Mostly good stops here for everyone. The 36 coming into a stop, and we'll see who comes out first out of this group. Jeff Stabnow really needs a good stop. He's going to be there a little bit longer than he wants to, as he's going to be there for 19.8 seconds, and he's still on pit road with that damage. That's going to slow him down. We're going to go back up to the front here. Again, we're going to talk to Chris White and see if he was able to use that fast repair, or if he didn't use it and he's hanging on to it. So let's pull him up real quick. Chris White, you got a copy?
Yeah, Charles, go ahead.
Well, we got you here. Looked like from our view here, again, we don't want to cast blame on any, but it looks like the 36 came down and got you there. So the question is, how much damage did you get, and did you have to use a fast repair coming down pit road?
You know, Charles, I don't know what happened there. I saw him coming up on the outside. I think he got me right there in the right rear, and kind of turned me. And I'm surprised I didn't get turned into the fence and saved it there. But I think the damage there was minimal. But with my issue is I ran into the 96. Came up on him too quick there, and locked up the brakes and couldn't steer, and got right into the back of him. So that right there forced me to use my fast repair. So I really got to be patient from here on out with 46 to go, 45 now.
Well, definitely we'll be looking to see how you get back through this field. And any quick shout-outs you want to give before we get you back down to your race channel?
Yeah, again, we're wrapping up Breast Cancer Awareness Month, so being mindful of that all month long, running the colors pink, and in support of that. Again, you Charles up there, VRN, with the awesome broadcast, Mark Walls Beer Co., and all the guys in the series. It's great racing each week, and having a lot of fun out here. And yeah, looking forward to finishing on the up front there, but we'll see what happens. It's crazy out here.
It is indeed. But again, we'll let you go. That was the 35 of Chris White, and we're going to pull one more driver here real fast. We can pull him down here really quick. Jeff Stabnow, you got a copy?
I got you, man.
Well, first off, we were watching their teammates' little interaction going on early in the race. We watched it, and looked like netcode. I don't think there was any contact there, but we already know how Mark fared from that, as he got quite a bit of damage. But how much damage did that give you? Because we know you, from our point, you didn't actually touch.
Yeah, I didn't think we touched, but I knew that the way his car moved that I definitely turned him. So glad to hear it was netcode. It kind of confirms what I thought. As far as damage, I took some pretty decent damage, enough to where I didn't want to be leading anymore, so I fell to the back, but I was able to keep up with the pack, suck up and keep up. So we didn't burn the fast repair. We'll go ahead and save it and just see if we can ride around in the pack here for a bit and, burn our fast repair on the later pit stop and then try to run up front.
Well, definitely good you didn't have to use that, but yeah, definitely from our view here, up in the booth with our super-powered binoculars we have going on, it definitely looked like netcode to us, but lights are off, so we'll let you give some quick shout-outs, and then we'll get you back to your race channel.
10-4, as always, man, thank you, Charles. We know you're up there trying to do the super speedway stuff all by yourself tonight, and so much to pay attention to up there, and so much work goes into prepping for this. Got a sneak peek at some of your new overlays. Love what you got going on there. So thanks to you as always. And of course, Walls Beard Co. I say it every time, but it's so true. We couldn't do this without them. So www.wallsbeardco.com. Inexpensive products, fantastic products. Show some support if you can.
All right, so definitely I think I need to, as we saw I had a beard going on, but it's almost the end of No Shave November. Or, no, it's the beginning of No Shave November. I don't know what month it is. But anyway, we'll get you back up to your channel, and hopefully we'll see you back up to the front here shortly.
All right, 10-4.
And yes, it was October. So this is going into November. So this is coming up on No Shave November. That's what it is. We will definitely get that right here shortly. But No Shave November coming up, so of course, quickly we'll throw that up on the screen here. If you have a beard, and it is of course No Shave November, so you're going to need to take care of it, check out WallsBeardCo.com. Walls Beard Co. Beer Balm, all natural and organic products. Again, make sure you check them out at WallsBeardCo.com. That being said, pace car is diving off. We're getting ready to get this thing going. Green flag back in the air. We are on lap 17. It's going to be 18 of 60 laps to go. Pull that up real quick while we're racing here. One caution for 4 laps, 43 laps to go. 6 different lead changes here tonight. Who will be the next leader of this race? Right now it is Childress that has led 6, Berg 4, Paulson 4, Walls 3. Nobody else has led. 4 different leaders, 6 different lead changes. Who will be the 5th leader of this race? Well, we'll find out here shortly, won't we? As they are getting things going here. And we have a really spread out group here right now. I didn't expect them to spread out as much as they have. But you have a group right there and then another group back here. As we'll go back to Jeff Stabnow's group, as you would call it. Really William Fletcher's, as he is in control of this group. And they are 2 and 3 wide, but not really any organization going on between any of them at the moment. So very interesting that we're not seeing them grouped together, as it looks like the inside row is going to start doing so. But that outside row is starting to form a little bit of momentum with the 89, but he is going to get the 73, and I'm not sure, that is the 37. Those two have been working together a lot here. That is Josh Childress and Adele Wenenberg. Those two have been working very close together. And let's see here. I'm not sure if those are teammates or not. And indeed they are, as well as the 21 and Chris Walters, all in Hector Strong Racing. So those guys going to be working together here to see what they can do. And that would confirm that the two Walters are probably not related. As they are not in the same team. I would imagine they would have been if they were. So no relation there to each other. As we're watching the lead here, it is the 58 of Stephen Paulson out front. But boy, does he have his work cut out for him right now with 2 teammates right there behind him. Followed by Corey Walters, who is very quick himself. So you can't count anyone out here. And, we're going to go back here. That's your lead group, but this group right back in here is another group you need to work out or look out for, as you never know what's going to happen with this group. They are starting to somewhat get gathered up, so we'll see how that one plays out. But back to the front we go, as it is currently, there we go. Currently, Stephen Paulson out front, but Josh Childress trying to run him down. Will he be able to get him here at the line is the question, as we're going to have the 37 of Josh Childress on the outside. In the inside is Stephen Paulson, and we'll see teammates pushing each other here, the 58 and the 9. I'm not sure if they are teammates. I don't believe they are. So those two just working together, but teammates on the outside. And you still have the 89 of John Ottenbacher that's all by himself here. His teammates are not here. His closest teammate to John Ottenbacher in that 89 would be all the way back. And let's see, that would be Jeff Stabnow back in 16th place. Then Sean Brightsman in 17th place. And Mark Walls 18th. Currently 2 laps down. So his teammates are way behind him right now. They're not able to get up there and help him, so he is kind of all on his own amongst all these teammates up here working with each other. So this is going to get very interesting, as there's the caution coming out. And, oh, that was coming from the lead here. That is the 58 of Stephen Paulson, who was leading this race. Let's go back and take a look. Alright, what happened to Stephen Paulson leading the race? And it looks like maybe a possible bumper hook from the 9. We're going to find out as we're watching this front group. What happened? Or was it the 37? Oh, the 37 comes down and around he goes. And this time the 89 getting a piece of him as well, spinning him into the air. Let's go back and take another look at that, and let's go on the board here with the roll bar camera with the 58 of Stephen Paulson and see exactly what happened here. Again, he gets a little bit of a hook there, so we'll see if we can get a... There's the right rear, and you'll see here in just a minute he's going to get a little bump from the 37. There's the 37, and right there into him, and around he goes into the inside wall. And that will end his night here unless he can get in and get a fast repair. He'll probably have to tow. We'll see. No, he keeps it going after all of that, but he will have to come down the pit road here. So we're going to go ahead and go back to live, as there he is using his fast repair. He was able to make it to pit road without going a lap down somehow. So good job for him to not go a lap down, but everybody coming down the pit road here. So we'll take a look and see everybody on pit road making pit stops here. We're going to see if we see any 2-tire stops, 4-tire stops, fuel only. What will be the strategy here on the pit road? As it looks like so far it's going to be Josh Childress coming out first out of all these pit stops. 10.8 seconds. I believe that would be a 2-tire stop. 12.1 2 tires. 5 seconds. That looks like a gas only for Jason Berg in the 21. So very interesting calls here, as some of these guys not taking fuel or taking tires. Some of them taking 2 tires. Yeah, it looks like a lot of people taking 4 tires as well. A lot of different calls here for tonight's race, but that is going to put the 37 of Josh Childress back out front, as that's where he's now been for 9 laps, and he's going to lead at least 10 or 11 as we are under caution. And we are going to step away for our first commercial break here of the night. We will be right back.
There's nothing you can do. I'm gonna run all over you. I'm looking for new blood, and nothing's gonna stop me now. Yeah, I'm looking for new blood, and nothing's gonna stop me now. Nothing's gonna stop me. Looking for new blood.
All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen, at least for the moment. It is that time of the night. We are regrouped and ready to go. And it looks like Mark Walls will now be only one lap down. He's trying to get back to the front, but he's got one lap to go behind all these drivers. But since we are regrouped here for the moment, you know what that means. It is time for some Crank It Up here on VRN. So we're going to go radio silent as the lights are off, and we're going to go to our static cam, and we're going to go a lap or two around this track with Crank It Up. So enjoy, and we will be right back here after we let these engines do the talking for us. Alright, we are back, ladies and gentlemen, back to the racing action here tonight, as it has been some good racing here. Very few cautions, we'll pull that up. Only 2 cautions for 7 laps. We are on lap 29 of 60. We are closing in on the halfway point very quickly here, as we just did a little crank it up here on the VRN. So 2 laps away, and we will officially be at the halfway point. Now, definitely we are not counting Mark out of this race yet. 1 caution, and he is back in this race on the lead lap. So we'll check in with him. He is in part of the second group right here, but this is not a bad strategy. I know this is probably a strategy here for these guys. He's leading this group with his teammates back here pushing him, who, again, Sean Brightsman is on the lead lap. So is the 21 of Jason Berg. So Mark Wall is the only one a lap down right now, being pushed by lead lap cars. So it shows right there he has a fast car. He definitely is a contender here in this race. He just needs that 1 caution where he can get his lap back, and we'll look to see if he can get back up there. Meanwhile, back at the front, these guys going 3 wide here, as they're going to settle down here just a little bit and go back to 2 wide. We have John Ottenbacher and Jeff Stabnow starting to get together. Those are 2 teammates back together once again, going to try to work with each other. Currently running in 7th place, as it's getting a little dicey up here at the front. We are exactly halfway home. So we are at the halfway point of this race. Here in the next 10 to 15 laps, that will be go time for these guys. They will have to get it going if they want to make something happen here in this race. There are your leaders here. Jeff Stabnow falling back just a little bit, so we'll keep on that. Chris White, we talked to him a little while ago after that damage. Here he is sitting in 2nd place. What a run here for the 35 of Chris White. Supporting breast cancer and Halloween all on the same car, so big shout out to him for doing so. And right now, though, it is the 37 of Josh Childress leading this race. He's got company coming on the outside row, though, the 36 and the 9. That is Corey Walters and Chris Walters. Well, they are not related, the 2 Walters on the outside pushing each other to the front. Jeff Stabnow's out on the outside row, but just not quite able to get up there and make something happen. We'll see. Maybe the 30 can jump in behind him. Again, that is James Paulson. Can he and will he get up there? Not going to happen, but here comes the 58 of Stephen Paulson, who did get a little bumper there earlier into a side quarter panel, got spun around while leading the race. He was able to come back here, and it looks like we're going to have 1 more car lap down. That is going to be the 73 of Dale Winneberg. Not sure what happened to him, but he is now 1 lap down. A caution did not come out for him, so very interesting there to maybe figure out what happened. But back up to the front. What a battle going on up here. Just to say the least, these guys are doing a just terrific job of keeping it nice and clean. Again, we have seen 2 cautions, but so far that has not plagued this race here. And we do currently have 18 drivers on the track. Obviously, they're not all right here. There are 2 groups here. Let's zoom out here just a little bit as you can get a better view. There's the first group right there. Then you go back to this group back here, being led by the lap car, Mark Walls, trying to get his lap back. And these guys know what they're doing. They're not just back here because they don't know what they're doing. They're back here because they know what they're doing. They are expecting a crash up at the front, most likely, and they are going to try to stay enough back to stay out of that wreck, and meanwhile not completely be just solo and be slow there. They're going to use that draft with each other and work. So they won't be caught anytime soon because there is enough of them to have some speed. However, this group right here, if they get a little dicey, a wreck ensues, those guys back there have plenty of time to get around it. So that is the strategy it looks like these guys are deploying here tonight. We'll see if that is a winning move or not. And there it is right there, the big one. Well, sort of big one. Caution is out. The 9 and the 24 going around. Let's go back and take a look. Not quite as big as I thought it was going to be here, but still a couple of cars there, and could have got a lot worse here as we'll take a look and see what happened. The 24 and the 9 weren't together, so it's going to be interesting to figure out exactly what happened to the 9 that got him tangled up with the 24. And I would imagine the 36 or the 35 may have had it. Oh, right there, bumper hook. Spins him around. The 96 does get a piece of it. So does the 58. Jeff Stabnow nowhere to go as the 9 of Corey Walters comes right up in front of him. As let's go back and we'll take another look at that here from the 24. Let's look right on board with him as you're riding on board with the 24, Jeff Stabnow. And you'll see here in just a minute the 36 of Chris Walters gets a bumper hook, very slight bumper hook, but it does get a bumper hook to the 9 of Corey Walters. And you'll see here in just a minute right in there. He goes around and bam for Jeff Stabnow. Nowhere to go. Riding the wall as he's stuck into it. And that will damage his car once again. And I believe he has used his fast repair. So we will go back up to live as he has heavy damage to that 24 Walls Beard Co. machine as we're under caution here for the third time. Currently 8 laps under caution, 25 laps to go here at Daytona International Speedway. Good news, that will put his teammate Mark Walls back on the lead lap, so he will get the wave around and be on the lead lap. So he will definitely benefit from this, while his teammate not benefiting from it here. Jeff Stabnow coming down pit road, and we'll see here if he uses that fast repair. I believe he said earlier he did not use it, so he will definitely want to use it here if he has indeed not used it, and he doesn't have it. He will be back in this race. Meanwhile, Mark Walls going to get the wave around right there. He will be the lucky dog here for tonight, and he will be back on the lead lap. We'll see. Looks like we'll see. It looks like Dale Windenberg's gonna get the wave around. Mark Wall's getting the lucky dog. Dale Windenberg gonna get the wave around as he's gonna stay out. So that will indeed put everyone back on the lead lap. We still don't know what happened to Andy Vogt as he's here with us in radio, but he is unable to, or not unable, he's just not on the track. So we don't know what happened there, but what we do know is the caution is out. So we are going to step away here to a quick commercial break, and we will be right back. All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen. The lights are off on the pace cars. We're on lap 39 of 60. And just to update here, yes, James, you are correct. We're looking at pit stops here. Josh Childress, 6 seconds on pit stop. Jeff Stabnow, 9.3. So it looks like they only took 2 tires here. Everybody behind on 14 to 15 second pit stop. So the guys in the back look like they did indeed take 4 tires and fuel. Jeff Stabnow, Josh Childress only taking 2 tires and fuel. My guess is probably right side tires. So we'll be looking to see if those 2 tires will hold up. Tires shouldn't be too big of an issue here for tonight's race. We'll definitely see as we'll pull up that race analyst real fast. Track temperature hasn't gone up, 78 degrees. That's where it started. So we'll definitely be looking to see if those tires will hold up. 2 versus 4 here in tonight's race. Again, if you're going to get fuel, you might as well get to at least 2 tires. It's going to take about the same amount of time. And that is looks like what they did here tonight. We'll see. Coming up to the green flag. Pace car's off. Green flag is in the air. We are racing once again here at Daytona International Speedway on iRacing. This is the Walls Beard Co. 150. And it is coming to an end. This next time by will officially be 20 laps to go. We'll be watching. I'm with you, James. I don't think it is going to be an issue here for tonight's race. We did have some people do it earlier, and it didn't seem to be an issue for them. So I don't think it will be now. And they're staying nice and bunched up here as this is getting into that go time. Again, we say go time is 10 laps to go. This time by the line, it will be 20 to go. So we have 10 laps for these guys to kind of sort it out. Maybe get a little lax in their spot, kind of play around, figure out what they want to do. And we get that 10 to go. It is all bets off. It is go big or go home time. Do or die time, whatever you want to call it. Those last 10 laps will be a battle here on the track. As of course, this is the battlegrounds for race car drivers. It is going to be a good one. Right now, hitting upwards of 190 miles per hour around this track, and I'm sure they'll get a little faster the more we go around this track. It is 193 going down the backstretch, 201 miles per hour. This is a very fast track, and bad things can happen when you get going that fast, inches apart from each other. It is right now, though, Josh Childress leading this race. The 35 goes up, the 24 comes down, they swap again. Jeff Stabnow diving back and forth, slicing and dicing. He hooks up with his teammate, the 89 of John Ottenbacher. What about it? We told you it would get exciting from here on out, and it is doing just that. As you see the 35 and the 24 literally slicing back and forth on this track, somehow avoiding each other. And now you have a very good battle. This should get very interesting as John Ottenbacher and his teammate Jeff Stabnow can work together. They do. Jeff Stabnow currently your race leader. He has not led any laps yet in this race. Can he pull out the victory here tonight? He's being pushed by his teammate, the 89 of John Ottenbacher, followed by Brian Barnes in the 4. Both of these guys pushing him. Both of them very fast drivers, followed by the 9, who's been involved in some incidents here. He has recovered from those, though. Corey Walters getting a bumper hook earlier. You got William Fletcher back there, as well as Mark Walls back on the lead lap, currently in 11th place. Don't count him out yet. This race is far from over, even though we have 18 laps to go. Here they come down the backstretch. This is getting very, very interesting here. Definitely looking forward to see how this one plays out. Who becomes the winner? I don't think we're out of the woods for a caution. I think we may see one more. The closer we get to the end of this race, the more aggressive drivers get. That's just the nature of the beast here at Daytona and Talladega. Tracks like this, super speedways, it's about fast and it's about winning. It's a very iconic track, and they want to add this win to their trophy collection. As it is Jeff Stabnow out front right now. He has now led 2 laps here in this race. He's got his teammate still pushing him in the 89. He doesn't have the advantage right now, but really nobody does. That front group is just not really together like we would expect them to be right now. So it's going to be interesting to see how they work, who works together, all of that kind of stuff is going to play out here later in this race as they come up to the start-finish line here, coming into the tri-oval. It is Jeff Stabnow on the outside, and it's going to be the 37 of Childress at the line. He'll lead his 28th lap currently with 16 to go. He has led the most laps in this race. However, Paulson could possibly pass him if he gets up there. Again, that is, I believe, Steven Paulson in the 58. He is currently back in 15th spot, but he is on the lead lap, so he's at the back of this little group right here, so don't count him out, but his chances of leading the most laps are probably pretty slim. I would venture to guess that the most laps led are going to go to Josh Childress in that 37 machine. We'll have to wait and see. That is some bonus points, so if he can lead those most laps coming to the line, it is going to be him once again. He's led his 29th lap. Oh, definitely a very, very good race. We have RBN in here, our LBN. Wow, if I can get it out tonight. Thanks for coming by. I believe that's Gary Weaver, if I'm not mistaken. Hopefully we got that right. But what a race here at the front of this pack. We still have the 37 of Childress and the 35 pushing each other. It is a dead even match between these guys. It looks like that inside may have a slight advantage at the moment. We'll see coming to the line, though, as Jeff Stabnow not going to give it up. This is probably going to be a either very close finish at the end or a big wreck at the end. One of those two things is going to happen here. Which one is it going to be? That's the question here. The 24 may try to cut down, but no, he doesn't have it. He can't get clear of the 37 of Josh Childress. He's still having to be pushed by the 89 and the 4. The 28 back there as well. The 48 back there pushing him on the inside row. As they come down the backstretch, you have the 37, the 35, the 9 back there pushing, as well as the 46. And the 46, of course, Sean Brightsman is teammates with the 48, the 89, and the 24. So he probably would love to get up there and push his teammate. As there it is, the 24, Jeff Stabnow, is going to dive down in front of the 37, leaving his teammate high and dry there for the moment, but that's not technically a bad move. They probably planned this out. I say he left him high and dry, but he really didn't. He does have people working for him, and right now they could possibly lead inside and outside row. That is a very, very good strategy here at a track like this. If you can dominate the inside and the outside, the rows, as we almost had a wreck there, you can definitely get a first and second very easily. The 37, I have a feeling, is about to push up and get into that outside row, possibly the 35. We'll see as the 4 and the 28 go there a little bit. Ooh, and the 46 now going to be pushing his teammate. That is Brightsman and Ottenbacher, and there goes the 35 of Chris White. I knew somebody was going to go up there. We just didn't know who it was, but he tucks back down. If he wants to get this lead, though, he's going to have to get up there and make something happen. He's going to have to kind of force a move if he wants to possibly get this win here with 12 to go, coming up to 11 at the line. Somebody's going to get up there. The outside row has kind of fizzled out now, but we're coming to 10 to go. You will see that outside row come back to life again. The question is, who's going to be in front of it and who's leading it right now? That is the 89 of John Ottenbacher, who is currently sitting in second place on his outside of the 24 course, and then his teammate behind him, Sean Brightsman. We'll see. We've got the 21 of Jason Berg back here as well. Corey Walters, Mark Walls, Brian Barnes back here. Josh Childress is back here. We'll see. Josh Childress currently being bumped back to third. This very well could be a 1-2-3 finish for Wicked Chassis Racing here tonight. It could be Stabnow, Ottenbacher, Brightsman. That's how they're running right now. But could Josh Childress put a damper on that and finish in third place or even second place and change the way things out? John Ottenbacher, currently your race leader. He has not led a lap here tonight. Will he be our fifth leader here tonight? That will be determined here as he is getting shuffled a little bit there. The 21 of Jason Berg getting really shuffled to the back. They're 3 wide. This could get even more interesting than we thought. They're going to cycle back in, though, and make it 2 wide. I still think we're going to see a really close finish or a big pile up here at the end of this race. Something is going to happen here with 10 to go. It is Jeff Stabnow out front. He has now led 7 laps. He is coming up on 9 to go. All right, there had to get a cough out of there. We are back here, and here comes a lap car into the picture there. I believe that's the 96, but he's going to stay down low. Not going to be an issue here. Again, the question is, how is this race going to end? I don't think we'll see a caution too early. I don't know. We could see a caution and have a really close shootout. That would make it even more interesting. I really think, though, this race is going to come down to a really close side-by-side finish, or either we are going to have a huge pile up here between these cars. You're either going to have a winner or a big pile of sheet metal coming across the start-finish line. One of those two things is going to happen as the 89 of John Ottenbacher slides in front of his teammate. He goes around. Caution is out. The 89 of John Ottenbacher going around, and he is still spinning there. Let's go back and take a look and see what happened. Let's look here. Let's go to this camera so we can get a good shot here. You see the 89 of John Ottenbacher slides down to front of the 24, Jeff Stabnow, his teammate, and he gets a bump right there. That pushes him ahead, and there he does come down in front of the 24, and oh, just a slight bumper hook. The 24 got a heck of a run, and just unfortunate gets a slight bumper there. I don't even think that was much of a bump. Let's go back and take another look here. As let's go to the gearbox here of John Ottenbacher. Right there, you see the bump. It was a very slight bump from the 48. That pushed him ahead. And you're seeing here in just a moment here. So we're going to go up to Jeff Stabnow. Let's go to his nose cam, and you'll see the 89 of John Ottenbacher right there. He gets in front of him and just bumps him there. He really was just so close to him. I don't think, obviously we know it wasn't intentional because they're teammates, but he just really had nowhere to go, as he was clear of him, but not clear by much, as that's going to put John Ottenbacher all the way on pit road now, back in 18th place. The good news is we will go racing again here, as we have drivers coming down pit road, drivers staying out. We'll see. It's going to be Chris White coming down, as he does have some damage from that. Josh Coley going to be coming down with damage. These guys do have some fast repairs. William Fletcher, Chris Walters, Dana Rogers, AJ Williamson, Brian Barnes coming down pit road with damage because of this. So a lot of guys coming down pit road. A lot of guys staying out, though. So this could get very interesting. We have 6 drivers not coming down pit road. The rest of the field coming down. We currently have 15 drivers on the lead lap. And we'll take a look here at our caution chart. We've had 4 cautions, 13 laps, 7 laps to go. We will go racing again before it is all said and done. We are going to step away here and get some hydration in us here to get ready for a crazy finish. And we will be right back after a short commercial break.
thermal take. Say command.
What is the weather like in LA?
The weather is clear in LA.
What is the weather like in New York?
The weather is rain in New York.
Use flow mode.
Low.
Say hello, TT.
Hello, TT.
All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen. While we have just a little bit of a break here in the racing action, we want to remind everyone, of course, make sure if you haven't before, hit that subscribe button and little bell to be notified of all upcoming events here on the Virtual Racing Network. As well, if you like the racing here tonight, hit that thumbs up, let us know, let the drivers know, let your fellow fans know that you enjoy the racing here tonight as you are watching the Wolves Beard Co. 150 here at Daytona International Speedway. It has been an exciting race all night long, and it's not over yet. We have coming to the line, we will have 5 laps to go, I believe, if my math is correct. We'll pull it up. Indeed, 6 laps to go, so 5 to go at the line. So we're going to have a 4-lap shootout here for the race. This should get very interesting. This is the point of no return. If a caution was to come out after this point, the race would be over. As there it is, lights are off, 5 to go, 4 to go at the line. Again, the point of no return has come and gone. If a caution comes out, race over. If the white flag comes out, we will not see a caution, and they will drag race it out to the end. So hopefully we'll see that white flag and then the checkered flag waving here shortly, as they are getting the 1 to go here, and it will be the green flag in the air with 4 laps to go. Coming to the line as they're coming to the backstretch. Make sure you are in your seat, maybe even standing up. I don't know. This is going to be an interesting finish here. We'll see. We still stand by what we are thinking here. This is either going to end in a very close side-by-side battle, or it is going to be a pile of sheet metal coming across the finish line with a big wreck. One of the two is probably going to happen here tonight. We'll see. Everybody is going to be just batting 100 trying to get to that front right now, as you only have, again, 4 laps to go when we get the green flag here in about a quarter of a lap. The question is, who will be in victory lane? We want to thank everybody for tuning in here tonight. I know it's late. It's going on at midnight here, but what a race it's been. We're definitely glad to be here watching this race, as we have renewed with the Northwest Racing Series until 2020. We will be here for the long haul for many years to come. There it is, though. Green flag back in the air. We are racing. Again, a little bit slow start, but it's not the drivers. It's these cars. They are definitely a car here at this track. They're not about speed or about acceleration. They're about speed. You don't get going fast very quick, but boy, when you get going, you will get some speed. And the 9 really pushing the 24 right now of Corey Walters, as he is just all over the back bumper here of the 24, Jeff Stabenow. The 37 of Josh Childers from the outside. He's going to look to take second place and first, having a connection issue, but he's back. The 46 had to back off of him a little bit because of that blink. Obviously didn't want to run him over, and that's going to cost him a little bit of momentum. The 46 is going to dive to the inside. The 37 of Childers all by himself on the outside, That is not what he wanted to see. Now the 46 is probably going to scoot up in front of the 37 right now. I would imagine one of these guys is going to do it. Who's it going to be? The 46 or the 9? One of them is going to slide up into that outside road here momentarily. With 3 laps to go, it's almost inevitable. Single file here. This is not what we expected at all. But don't say it's over, because it is not. And we have some takers trying to make something happen there. Looks like going to be the 33 of Josh Coley taking it to the outside lane. Will he have any help is the question. If he can get up there, somebody will probably go with him, but they're not going to do it here. Coming up to the line, it will be 2 to go. Jeff Stabenow leading this race right now. Can he hold off this field? He's got some really fast drivers behind him. Corey Walters, Sean Brightsman, James Paulson, Josh Coley. Here comes the 46 of Brightsman to the outside. He's got the 30 of Paulson. James Paulson pushing him. Will it be enough to get by? I think they're going to need at least one more car to get by and make something happen. But you have a hard charging 36 coming back here. That is Chris Walters, and I believe that is the 73 that's pushing him back there, who is a lap down. So very interesting there. And here comes the 46 and the 30 being pushed, pushing each other here, and the 9 trying to get a little side draft and hurt that momentum they have. Will it be enough? Here comes the 46 all by himself. The 30 of James Paulson going to go back up there. Jeff Stabenow leads it. He's still 1 lap to go. White flag is in the air, presented by Northwest Racing Series. And it is going to be a battle here. The 9 trying to make something happen. Trying to push the 46 of Sean Bryson up. Bryson gets spun into the wall. Big wreck behind them. It's a drag race between the 9 and the 24 as they are just wrecking behind them. Who is going to get the win here tonight? It is going to be Corey Walters, or is it going to be the 24 Jeff Stabenow? Everybody behind them pretty much wrecking here, as it has been a pile up behind them. That isn't going to be a factor here. It's going to be a one-on-one drag race. Corey Walters, Jeff Stabenow. Who will it be at the line? And it is going to be Jeff Stabenow by barely any, .067. Jeff Stabenow getting the win. Josh Coley wrecking at the line. What a finish, as a huge wreck and a side-by-side. Totally not. We figured it'd be one or the other, but we get a side-by-side and a huge wreck to end the night here. Jeff Stabenow bringing home the win for the race at Daytona. What a win here for Jeff Stabenow. I'm sure he will be stoked and excited here to get into the booth and talk about this race. Before we get to the post-race show, we need to get to your unofficial race results after just one very exciting race. Again, coming away with the win here tonight, that is going to be the 24 of Jeff Stabenow. Second place is going to be the 9 of Corey Walters. Third place will be the 33 of Josh Coley. Fourth place, the 36 of Chris Walters. Fifth place will be the 4 of Brian Barnes. Sixth place will be Joseph Bissett. Seventh place, William Fletcher. Eighth place, Chris White. Ninth place, Josh Childress. 10th place will be Stephen Paulson. 11th place, Sean Brightsman. 12th place, James Paulson. 13th, Dana Rogers. 14th, Dan Wittenberg. 15th will be AJ Williamson. 16th will be Jason Berg. 17th, John Ottenbacher. 18th, Mark Walls. And 19th will go to Andy Vogt, who did not start tonight's race for some reason. We were unable to communicate with him to figure out why. But that will do it here for your unofficial race results. We will be right back here in just a few moments with your top 3 interviews. All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen, here with the post-race show, and it's going to be a doozy of a show. It was a doozy of a race. It had a few cautions, had some good racing. The most of the race, I don't want to say it was uneventful, but compared to the last 10 to 12 laps, it was pretty much uneventful. It had again, not 100% uneventful, but definitely compared to the last. We'll explain more once we get here to the post-race show. Finishing at third place here tonight, that is going to be the 33 of Josh Coley. Didn't quite lead any laps. Started 13th, though. Finished third. You gained 10 spots to finish in third place here tonight. So what was it like out there? Again, the whole race was a good race, but we don't want to go too far back. Obviously, you worked your way up, but go over those last 15 to 10 laps. What was it like battling up there?
Oh, it was pretty chaotic. It was fun. You just really had to be patient and wait for the right time and hope you picked the right time.
Definitely, strategy, luck, all that playing in here tonight. You had to be very strategic to plan your moves to ensure that chaos did not ensue. And we did have some fairly good wrecks there. We saw a lot of cars go flipping. You avoided the last wreck. I think that was probably our biggest wreck of the night there, with the white flag in the air, so no caution came out. So how close were you to being involved in that last caution, and were you able, obviously you were able to squeeze through it, but how close was it to you?
I think I took some contact off of it. It would happen right next to me, so I just barely squeaked by that one and finally had some good luck, so that was awesome.
Well, definitely having luck here, finishing in third place. We don't want to keep you too long. It is obviously a work day, and it's a little late. It's a little late for us than it is y'all, but definitely, before we let you go, do you have any sponsors on that car and anyone you just want to give a shout-out to?
I want to thank Walls Beard Co., VRN, and then I got Advanced Synthetic Lubes on the car, so.
All right. Well, again, congrats on third place, and we look forward to seeing many more top three finishes for you here and many wins to come as well, as we know you have some. Finishing one spot ahead, that is going to be the 9 of Corey Walters. Started in 7th, worked your way up to 2nd. Same question, what were those last 10 laps like here?
Yeah, pretty nerve-wracking, man, to say the least. I don't know, that wreck went down and it was pretty much just me and Jeff in a drag race, and I couldn't get to his inside, so I just took it on the outside and hoped for the best.
Well, definitely it was a knockout drag battle to the end. Those last probably, well, about a lap and a half technically, it was literally side by side once the white flag came out. Big wreck happened behind you. There was nobody pushing you, nobody pushing Jeff. We said earlier, coming into those last 10 laps, that we planned that there would be a side-by-side finish or a big pile of sheet metal coming across the start-finish line. We actually got both. We had a huge wreck in the back and a side-by-side finish. In your thing, would you like to have somebody there pushing you, or did you like the way it turned out with the side-by-side battle, both of you on your own power?
Well, I mean, I wouldn't rather race against anybody else but Jeff when it comes down to something like that. So, yeah, it was a great finish. I'm happy for Jeff. He's already got a few this year. I was looking for my first, try to lock myself in, but I'm just going to have to try to do it on points or maybe get a win in the next couple weeks.
Well, definitely finishing in 2nd here proves you definitely have a shot to get the win. We're looking to see that win come. Looking forward to talking to you as a winner in victory lane. That day is coming, and we think it's coming pretty soon here. That being said, we know you probably got some shout-outs and sponsors, so who would those be here for the 2nd place finish?
Well, first of all, I want to shout out the Waltz Beard Co., everything they do. Jeff, Sean, Mark, all those guys. They put on a heck of a show. Second, I want to definitely shout out to you, Charles, for doing an awesome job as usual, and VRN Network.
Well, definitely thanks for the kind words here for VRN. And we also big grateful to Walls Beardgo. That leads us to our race winner here tonight. You led 17 laps, started third, finished first. You were the I don't know how we'll put this wording properly. You didn't gain the most spots compared to the other two here in the top three. But I'll tell you, because you put in a good qualifying run, started third, finished first. Same question. What a battle there. It was a very eventful night for you here. And to end it side by side, battling for the lead, one-on-one, man-to-man, whatever you want to call it, what was this race like for you out there?
Man, I'll tell you what, I really had an up and down race tonight. But the end was something else. First of all, Corey's probably one of the best super speedway racers in this series. He's won numerous super speedway races here. We ran a super speedway summer league too, and Corey can run these super speedways. So getting to battle him, and then having Sean on the outside up there, and then Josh Childress was tight all night. And then Sean getting up front there, man, I knew we were in for a battle. I'm not sure exactly what happened. Corey was just pushing the crap out of me, man. Hats off to him. I think I pushed him to the win last year in this race, so he was definitely he paid that back in full there. And then the seas kind of parted behind us, and I kind of forgot all about how much this one meant to Corey there, and I would have felt real bad if it kind of turned out worse. But as soon as I saw cars wrecking behind us, I knew he was going to pull out, and I moved up to try to get the block in because we were on the last lap, and I didn't get it done. So I ran him wide there going into the turns 3 and 4. And, knowing where he's at in the points, and if all that would have clicked, I may not have run him so wide there. I kind of, I know I don't have anything to lose there a little bit. Maybe lost my head there a bit. But Corey, he's good, man. He didn't miss a beat, didn't try to drive down. And we just had a drag race to finish. It was pretty awesome. Didn't know who it was going to be until I got off the corner of 4 there. So I thought it was a fantastic finish. But hearing Corey remind me that he's trying so hard to get into the playoffs, man, I'm just glad I didn't wreck him there because I was really going for it.
You definitely were battling a ton here tonight. Even before this, the last 10 laps, just an outstanding race. Probably one of the best we've seen at Talladega in a long time as far as, this is the action-packed race. Losing my voice a little bit as we were getting so active into it. But that being said here, we are going to hand the mic back over to you one more time because we know you got some sponsors and shout-outs. So who those be here for that victory tonight?
Yeah, well, cue the Grammy music there, Charles. We're going to give you one here. No, first and foremost, John, man. John was in the same boat as Corey, maybe a little worse boat. Corey's looking like he might get in on points right now. John really kind of needs this win to get in the playoffs. And he's close. He's on the cut line, but he's a little further back. And, man, he worked so hard. He pushed me to the lead. I wouldn't have been in the front hadn't John hadn't worked so hard to push me to the lead. And then Sean pushed John ahead of me, and John cleared me. And I don't know what happened, man. I got into the back of John. I don't know how, what, when, or where. We were racing real tight there. I was just focused on trying to keep everything smooth. And the next thing you know, I'm sending John spinning. And John really needed this race. And had we not done that, had I not got into the back, he may well have won this race. So it's always great to get a win. But, man, I feel terrible if this costs John the playoffs. So not real thrilled about that. And that's why I'm so glad I didn't miss Corey's playoffs up there too. Certainly, I'll have to go back and see what happened with John, but I can't apologize enough there because I think this was John's race. And, so that's probably first and foremost tonight. Another big shout out to Corey Walters and Steve Sealstead. These guys have, everybody always thanks me and John and Sean and Mark for running this series. Well, Corey Walters and Steve Sealstead have stepped up to help us out, and they're doing a lot of the work. Corey did the lion's share of the work tonight for this race, so It's kind of funny hearing him thank us, and Corey's working just as hard as us now. Is just a great guy, loves the series, busts his butt for the series. So, Corey, I can't thank you enough, man. And Steve, I know you couldn't make the race tonight, but Steve Silstead, if you're watching, man, we appreciate it so much. It's a lot of work, so it's nice to have some help. Then, of course, you, Charles, VRN, I think I hit you on the in-race interview. But we say it every week, man, but you put on a phenomenal show, phenomenal broadcast. Just you're constantly trying to make it better, tweaking to make things look better, sound better. And, what you do for us in the Northwest crew here, you're like part of the Northwest. If we could just move Texas up here or at least allow you to be, because you're here all the time. You're always hanging out with us. You're always in our practices. So we feel like you're part of the crew. Yeah, you are part of the crew. We love that. And, of course, Walls Beard Co. Can't say it enough. This wouldn't even exist without Walls Beard Co. and Mark Walls. So big shout-outs to everybody. And we'll leave it at that tonight, Charles. Thanks so much.
Well, definitely, we're glad to be here, and congrats on the win. We're seriously losing our voice here. But before we sign off here for tonight, of course, we want to thank all the sponsors, of course, VRN here for the season. And we can't leave out Walls Beard Co., both on the racing and on the broadcast, as well as Sim Speed Shop, Northwest Racing Series, Ohio IndyCar League, and iBog, all for the 2018 season. That being said here, before we lose our voice, we are going to go ahead and sign off for tonight. We will see you tomorrow night for the Xfinity Series for RaceCore, as that is our last broadcast of the week until next Sunday, as we are off Wednesday through Saturday for the holiday. So, of course, Halloween, go get you some candy. Enjoy the time off here. I know we're definitely going to, and we will see you at the next broadcast.
This copyrighted broadcast may not be used in any form without the authorized written consent of Virtual Racing Network. VRN would like to thank all of our fans for your support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.